This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
It's what we do. Good morning. Nonstop News starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us a deeper look at weather in a few moments.
It's been a day already on the roads. Joy, how's it look right now?
Well, the accidents that we've been tracking have now cleared. However, we are still dealing with some pretty significant slowing happening along I-35 on the northeast side. So the southbound lanes of 35 between Thousand Oaks and Randolph Boulevard are being funneled into just one open lane, and that is causing over a 40-minute delay. Downtown, we have work here as well, I-35 on the upper level northbound between I-10 and Brooklyn Avenue. Here's a live look at the situation there. Definitely more crowded than when we started. Photojournalist David Mendoza joins us live from Sky 4 this morning. He's been keeping a close eye on things for us from the air. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning, Joy. So yeah, we were in the downtown area, looking pretty busy down there, 10 east to 35 north at the WOAI, looking busy as usual. But right now we're hearing reports of a possible vehicle that's gone off the roadway over at Old Pearsall and Loop 410 on the city's southwest side. Not a lot to see at the moment, but we'll be there shortly and we'll give you an update. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. We'll bring that update to you live right here with your on-time traffic.
All right, Joy, thank you. Deputies arresting a daycare worker for abusing a child. This was all caught on camera. This is video of 50-year-old Veronica Jimenez. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says that she forcefully grabbed a child's arm, causing that child to fall and hit their head. The child was later evaluated for a head injury. The daycare did fire her. She's now facing felony charges, including injury to a child.
The Bexar County Medical Examiner identified the construction worker killed at the construction site of Converse Elementary School. 63-year-old Baltazar Olvera died Wednesday. Judson ISD says he was a third-party employee of the construction company hired by the district. It's not clear what happened to the worker. Judson ISD and the contractor are cooperating with authorities as they investigate the incident.
Investigators are also trying to find a woman they say has been running an online scam while using the name of a victim, a family victim from the Hill Country flood. So authorities in Harris County say 28-year-old Maitland White posed as a family member of Chloe Childress, who died at the Camp Mystic on July 4th. Records show that White was charged with 2 counts of online impersonation. If you know anything more about that case, please call the Harris County Constable's office.
A judge in Eagle Pass ordered the man accused in the Lucky Eagle casino shooting to undergo a competency exam. That exam will determine if 34-year-old Kieran Jones is mentally competent to stand trial. Jones is charged with murder in the September 28th incident that left 2 people dead and injured 5 others. The next hearing in the case is scheduled for February 2nd in Maverick County.
About 15 minutes now before 7 a.m. It's been several weeks now since the death of Camila Mendoza almost sparked national attention. Today, her family is holding funeral services. News 4's Christina De Leon has more on those services and has details. Christina, good morning.
Good morning, David. Good morning, everyone. It is just a sad day, as you can imagine, for friends and family who knew Camila almost as they prepare to say goodbye to her today. The 19-year-old suicide got so many people talking about mental health. You may recall Camila Mendoza Olmos was reported missing on Christmas Eve by her family. Her body would later be found about 100 yards away with a gun nearby at a landscaping company. Investigators and the medical examiner would conclude that she died by suicide, but her death has inspired so many others to reach out in their time of need. In fact, there was a sharp increase and spike in crisis hotlines within our city since her death. There will be a public viewing for Camila today from 10 a.m. to noon at the Castle Ridge Mortuary North off Loop 1604. Then funeral services and a private burial will follow. Obviously, it's a very sad time for family who will be burying Camila, the 19-year-old who made a lasting impression not only in our city, but throughout the nation as well. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
Butter, milk, cheese prices are all going down, and Gen Z is doing something unique to make ends meet.
Interesting. Jane King is live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, David and Marisa. Good morning. Yes, Gen Z has some interesting hacks to save money. Talker Research and Daily Pay took a look. They found more than a third are working multiple jobs to make ends meet. About half say they have less than an hour of free time every day. Now, 15% say they're taking colder and shorter showers. Other financial hacks, cutting their own hair and eating at home. Okay, Ford plans to introduce eyes-off driving technology in 2028, starting with a $30,000 all-electric vehicle. The plan puts Ford on track to take on Tesla, Rivian, and GM in the autonomous vehicle category. Now, Ford's new AI assistant is expected to launch early this year, and that would be specific to the vehicle and driver, using the vehicle ID number to personalize the experience. While oversupply and weakening consumer demand have been causing milk, butter, and cheese prices at the grocery to fall slightly lately. Stephen Kane, the Vice President of Economic Policy and Market Analysis for the National Milk Producers Federation, told USA Today there's just a lot of milk in the U.S. right now. So these market prices for milk, cheese, butter, they have been lower than normal for about a year, but have really seen a decline in the past 6 months. And two classic menu items are coming back to Cracker Barrel due to customer demand. The hamburger steak plus the eggs in a basket, both comfort food staples, are returning because of popular demand. So both dishes featured as part of Cracker Barrel's Meals for Two value meal, which is available all day, Monday through Friday, for $19.99. Well, the Dow is so close to 50,000, but then pulled away. Blue chips down 450 points, and this morning we're looking a bit lower too. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
Jane, I'm not going to cut my hair to save money. That's not a good idea.
Me neither. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. And I still eat at home to save money.
Right.
Like, come on, Gen Z.
What's funny is when I was in college,
that much of a sacrifice.
I had multiple jobs in college, so I don't even know. It's called a hustler. You had to
Oh.
hustle that money. So having
That's
multiple jobs is
You
not a
gotta
big
hustle.
deal.
Listen to you two. I got the two old men right there, yelling at the clouds. I like it.
Yes.
The great
Cracking the
Jane,
whip. Yeah.
the great Jane King, live in New York. Jane, have a great day.
Thanks.
A little over 10 minutes from 7 a.m. right now. I want to switch gears here. Dash cam video showing the moments a 61-year-old Uber driver was brutally beaten by a passenger. This was in South Florida last week. The driver was taking the 19-year-old passenger to the airport when, just out of nowhere, the passenger began punching the driver. The driver managed to pull over, and an off-duty officer nearby was able to detain the suspect. In a statement, Uber said it was deeply disturbed by the attack and is ready to support law enforcement with their investigation. Gosh.
Police in Nevada fired shots at a man who allegedly stole a front loader from a construction site. Security footage shows the 33-year-old suspect hopping a fence, then plowing through it in a stolen vehicle. Police say the suspect tried to run them over. That's when two officers fired shots. The suspect was taken to the hospital. He faces multiple charges, including attempted murder.
The Trump administration says it will take away part of your paycheck if you are not paying back your student loans. This is happening now. The Department of Education sent the first wave of notices to yesterday. Here's how this works. So the government can take up to 15% of your after-tax check if you default on your loan. Now, there's some protection, a little bit, to make sure that you do have enough money in the bank to meet basic needs. But the government can also go after your tax refunds and certain federal benefits.
Borrowers have heard these warnings, but there haven't been real consequences. All of that is over. They're enforcing the rules now. Any after-tax wages could be at risk, and up to 15% of that can be taken. And so they are going to be contacting borrowers, employers directly to get this set up. So it's going to be, a big lift for employers as well as for borrowers to get all of this figured out. I do believe we're going to see millions of borrowers fall into default in the coming months.
It's already happening. A spokesperson for the Department of Education says these collections are now required under federal law, and more than 5 million borrowers are in default.
The Department of Health and Human Services unveiled a new food pyramid, and it's inverted. The widest part on top lists fruits and vegetables, along with protein, dairy, and healthy fats. Some experts argue people should eat less red meat and dairy than the new pyramid implies, but the Associated Guidance ups the daily protein recommendation for many people based on body weight. At the bottom of the pyramid are whole grains. The department also suggests consuming less alcohol, sugar, and ultra-processed foods.
Girl Scout cookie season is, I don't know where Girl Scout cookies fall under the pyramid. Probably not at the top.
At the bottom.
Oh,
that is under
not
ultra-processed
at the bottom.
foods.
Oh, there's a new flavor that has everybody on social media all excited except Marisa. They're called Explore Mores. They have marshmallows, toasted almond flavored cream, and then they are sandwiched in between those two little crunchy chocolate wafers.
Don't say that. I enjoy a Girl Scout cookie. I do.
Okay.
A little bit.
Sure you do.
Now your certified most accurate four-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Do you know how much protein you're supposed to consume?
It's a pound, isn't it 1 gram per pound?
David, it's the size of your palm. That's
I
it.
meant over a day.
Over a day.
I'm trying to talk about a day. If you want to be lean muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're Wemby or something. You just take a little bit.
Well, according to the pyramid, it said you should have a lot of protein.
You got to have a lot of protein. Yeah.
I do like the new pyramid. It's more understandable.
It's colorful. Yeah,
Yes.
I like it.
All right, let's talk weather because warm the next couple of days.
We're
but
going to
there is
argue
some-
about protein probably.
There's some colder weather coming our way. And what's going to bring the change is a cold front. That's our next weather maker, and it's a pretty strong cold front. Comes across the area late tomorrow. In wake of it, the colder air spills south right into our area. Get ready for some colder mornings and colder afternoons. Now, Saturday in the morning, it is going to get quite windy. We'll have gusts here, likely 30 to possibly 40 miles an hour. And if this is the case, get ready for a wind advisory. Saturday in the afternoon, not as windy, gusts closer to 20, 25 miles an hour. Speaking of winds, it is a little windy out there right now, especially from the north side of San Antonio up into the hill country. Gusts currently over 20 miles an hour, and that's helping to keep the fog away. But as you can see here, plenty of clouds across the region. The cloud cover will break up throughout the afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms from North Texas all the way into Oklahoma and Kansas. There's moisture that's moving to the east and northeast out ahead of the next weather maker, which is an upper low that's approaching from the west. That's the system that will bring us the cold front. This afternoon, mix of sun and clouds in some spots. Out west, Del Rio to Eagle Pass, expect more sun than clouds. Meanwhile, the eastern zone, it does look like it will be mostly cloudy there throughout the afternoon. Tomorrow morning, plenty of clouds across the region, and then tomorrow afternoon, still pretty cloudy. Do want to mention that we could see sprinkles tomorrow morning, couple showers possible tomorrow afternoon, and heads up, in portions of the hill country and the eastern zone, we could see some late day thunderstorms. At the moment, not expecting anything severe, but it is something that we have to watch for. There's at least a level 1 severe weather risk for late tomorrow across East Texas. Cold front swings through, winds increase out of the north, and again, it will get colder. There could be some snow from this feature in the panhandle north of Amarillo tonight through tomorrow morning, possibly a coating to an inch or two. And as you can see here on future radar, possible thunderstorms that could be a little stronger developing in northeastern Texas. Friday, the 16th, so a week from tomorrow, we'll likely see another strong cold front coming across the area, and that could produce some rainfall. Warm and windy this morning with cloudy skies, and then this afternoon we'll see some breaks of sun. Forecast high near 80, the western zone a high closer to about 83. Tomorrow, 62 in the morning, 76 in the afternoon, cloudy, 20% rain chance, 45 Saturday morning, 59 in the afternoon, 38 Sunday morning, 65 in the afternoon. There could be some spots that we'll see temperatures at or just below freezing in the hill country Saturday night and then again Sunday night. It'll stay quite chilly through early next week. Brief warm up next Wednesday and Thursday before it cools back down beginning next Friday. Here is the extended forecast for the eastern zone. 40% chance of rain there tomorrow.
All right, one last check on the roads for you here this morning. We are following an accident on the southwest side. This is along Loop 410 near Old Pearsall Road. Photojournalist David Mendoza is live in Sky 4 and has just arrived on scene. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning. Yep, that's where we're at here on the southwest side in between Old Pearsall and 35 on Southwest Loop 410. Single vehicle accident, lane closures in both directions of 410. They are getting it cleaned up, and this is causing delays at the moment in both directions, northbound and southbound. 410, I will leave you with that. Drive safe and have a great day. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We appreciate it. As we work our way through the rest of San Antonio, we also have those construction closures downtown to watch out for. The upper level of I-35 northbound between I-10 and Brooklyn. We are seeing some congestion there. And then our biggest slowdown remains I-35 on the northeast side. I-35 southbound between Thousand Oaks and Randolph Boulevard. We are looking at close to an hour delay. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
Joy, thank you. Trending now, the tracksuit worn by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is getting a lot of attention. The photo shows Maduro wearing a gray Nike Tech fleece while in U.S. custody. Since then, there's been a surge of online searches for the tracksuit. Earlier this week, a number of clothing outlets reported the Nike set was sold out.
Oh, what's wrong with us? The music world buzzing because that guy's about to drop another album. That, of course, is Bruno Mars. He announced on social media that his 4th studio album is done. What's the big deal, you say? Well, he's one of the great entertainers we have right now, and he has not made a solo album in over a decade. So this is a really big deal. And no other details other than it is coming out soon.
What's funny is I saw a reel with President Maduro. It was AI generated, but he was DJing in his tracksuit in the plane.
Yes.
Anyway.
AI gets us every time now.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Say it every morning. Today's a gift. Make it count.